who stole who you are? I mean, whose opinion did you allow to matter so much in your head that you stopped speaking what you knew to be true, you stopped believing what you thought was right, and you stopped living who you were supposed to be? It could have been anybody. It could have been medias. You could have thought that their opinion mattered so much that when they said that this is what's cool, you thought that was what's cool. Maybe it's someone that you go to school with that you thought somewhere along the lines, they're not going to accept me, so I'm just going to kind of be quiet about what I believe. Maybe it was they don't like my type of personality, so I'm not going to let my personality be seen. You know, a lot of times in my life I've felt that. I can't tell you time after time after time how I've been the one that talks too much, that always has something to say, and that's never shuts up. And because those have always been the titles that have put on me, as crazy as this sounds, there's been times where I should have spoken and I didn't. There's been times where God put something on my heart and I kept my mouth shut. Tonight, as I've been praying and spending time with God, there's this statement that I believe God said to me. He said, "Be who I've made you and speak what I've told you." And I can't help but think that that's not just a thought for me or a message for me, but for all of us. Be who He's made you and speak what He's told you. What lie has crept in to define you? What has decided who you will become and who you are and what you speak? I think we're all impacted by other people's opinions. Even now in my life, there's things that I do because I think that it's going to cater to someone else's opinion of what they want from me. Because I believe that there's an expectation on my life. I do things a certain way that I believe are going to live up to that expectation. For all of us, it's all different. You know, it's in high school, there's an expectation of what other people have, and so we're afraid to speak or say or do. We're not really convinced that it's possible, whatever it is. And so without realizing it, we've slipped into this coma of being somebody else's version of us. Have you become someone else's version of you? I know at times in my life that I have become someone else's versions of Cole. Things we have to ask is, whose version of ourselves are we? And if the answer is anything other than God, what do we need to do to revolutionize the picture of what we've become? When you wake up and you go to school or to work, what do you think? Are you constantly evaluating how you look? Constantly checking yourself in the mirror, looking over your clothes, making sure that everything's in the right place? Are you constantly second-guessing everything you say in a group setting? Are you constantly wondering if in your group of friends, is the statement I'm going to say going to end up in ridicule and mockery? Am I pretty enough, big enough, strong enough, good enough, great enough? If those questions run through your mind, am I successful enough? Am I smart enough? Am I good enough? If those questions run through your mind at any point during the day, then you're allowing someone else's opinion to define you too much. Be who He's made you and speak what He's told you, because everything else doesn't matter.